Most people say they want to unlock their potential. Very few are willing to sit alone with discipline for even 30 minutes. Your future might depend on what you do in the next half hour. Most people think unlocking their potential requires a big life change. They imagine quitting their job, moving to a new city, or waiting for motivation to appear. In reality, the process usually begins in a much smaller way. It begins with time. Not a lot of time, just focused time used correctly. 30 minutes may sound insignificant, but the truth is that most people waste far more than that every day without noticing. They scroll through their phone. They watch random videos. They switch between tasks without finishing anything. Those small pieces of wasted time quietly accumulate and become years of lost progress. The people who eventually change their lives usually start differently. They take small blocks of time and treat them with seriousness. 30 minutes becomes a protected space where distractions are removed and attention is directed toward improvement. During that half hour, there are no notifications, no excuses, and no interruptions. This kind of discipline may sound simple, but it is rare. Most people struggle to stay focused even for 10 minutes. Their attention has been trained by constant stimulation. Their mind jumps from one thought to another. Because of that, they never reach the level of concentration required for meaningful progress. When you sit down for 30 focused minutes, something different begins to happen. Your mind slowly settles. At first, it feels uncomfortable. You may feel the urge to check your phone or switch tasks. That discomfort is not a problem. It is a sign that you are breaking the habit of distraction. If you continue to work through that resistance, your brain begins to engage more deeply. You start thinking more clearly. Problems become easier to understand. Ideas start forming that would never appear during a distracted state. This is where real growth begins. 30 minutes of concentrated effort every day builds something powerful over time. Skills improve. Knowledge increases. Confidence grows because you start seeing real results. The key difference is consistency. One focused session will not change your life, but repeating that session daily can slowly reshape your abilities. Many successful people are not extraordinary in the way most people imagine. They simply learned how to focus longer than the average person. They trained themselves to use small amounts of time effectively while others allowed those same minutes to disappear. Potential is not a hidden talent waiting to be discovered. It is built through repeated effort in moments that seem ordinary. 30 minutes may not look impressive from the outside, but when used correctly, it becomes the foundation of discipline. Most people are waiting for a perfect moment to begin improving themselves. The truth is, that moment rarely arrives. The opportunity is usually much simpler than people expect. It is sitting quietly, removing distractions, and doing the work that most people avoid. Your potential does not unlock through motivation. It unlocks through repeated focused effort, even when it feels uncomfortable. 30 minutes of focused work sounds simple, but the real challenge is protecting that time from the habits that normally control your day. Most people underestimate how strongly their routines influence their behavior. They wake up, check their phone, respond to messages, scroll through news, and react to whatever appears on their screen. Before they realize it, hours have passed without any real progress. If you want 30 minutes to change your life, it must become intentional. You cannot leave it to chance. The time needs to be scheduled the same way you would schedule an important meeting. When that time arrives, everything else must pause. This is where most people fail. They treat their personal growth as optional. If something else comes up, the 30 minutes disappears. If they feel tired, they postpone it. If their phone lights up, they respond immediately. Over time, this pattern sends a clear message to the brain that improvement is not a priority. Discipline works differently. Discipline means your focus time is protected even when you do not feel motivated. In fact, the days when you feel the least motivated are often the most important. Those are the days when you prove to yourself that your actions are not controlled by mood. During your 30 minutes, the goal is not to work faster. The goal is to work deeper. Most people approach tasks with scattered attention. They jump between emails, messages, and small tasks that require little thinking. This creates the illusion of productivity while preventing meaningful progress. Deep work requires something different. It requires complete attention on a single task. When your mind stays on one problem long enough, it begins to understand the structure of that problem. Patterns become visible. Solutions become clearer. Your brain starts forming stronger connections that lead to learning. At first, your focus will feel fragile. A small distraction may break your concentration. That is normal. Focus is like a muscle that strengthens through repetition. Each day that you complete your 30 minutes, that mental muscle grows slightly stronger. Over weeks and months, the difference becomes noticeable. Tasks that once felt difficult start feeling manageable. You begin solving problems faster because your mind is trained to stay engaged. This is one of the hidden advantages of consistent focus. Your thinking becomes more organized and more efficient. The real power of 30 minutes is not the time itself. The power comes from what that time represents. It represents control over your attention. In a world where distractions are constant, the ability to focus has become one of the rarest and most valuable skills a person can develop. Most people allow their attention to be controlled by outside forces. Notifications interrupt their thoughts. Entertainment fills every empty moment. Their brain becomes trained to expect constant stimulation. As a result, sustained effort begins to feel uncomfortable. When you train yourself to work with full attention for 30 minutes, you are reversing that conditioning. You are teaching your mind that it can stay present with one task long enough to complete meaningful work. This is the beginning of mental discipline. At first, the progress may feel slow. You may not notice dramatic changes in your skills or results. That is because growth through discipline is often invisible in the early stages. Your brain is quietly adapting to the habit of focus. Every time you complete your 30 minutes, your mind becomes slightly more efficient at staying engaged. Tasks that once required great effort start requiring less mental energy. Your ability to absorb information improves because your attention is no longer scattered. This process compounds over time. After weeks of consistent effort, you begin to notice something important. You are able to work longer without feeling overwhelmed. You solve problems faster because your mind stays organized. Ideas appear more easily because your brain has the quiet space required for deeper thinking. Most people never experience this level of mental clarity because they never stay with a task long enough. Their attention is constantly fragmented, even when they work. Their mind is divided between multiple distractions. The difference between potential and performance is often this simple. One person learns how to control their attention. Another allows their attention to be controlled by everything around them. 30 minutes of focused work every day may not look impressive. It will not attract attention. No one will congratulate you for protecting that time. But over months and years, the results become visible. Your skills will grow because you spent time practicing them with real concentration. Your knowledge will expand because you studied without interruption. Your confidence will strengthen because you repeatedly proved that you can follow through on your commitments. Eventually, the habit of focus begins to influence other parts of your life. Your decision-making improves because you think more clearly. Your productivity increases because you waste less time switching between tasks. You begin approaching challenges with patience instead of frustration. This is how potential slowly becomes reality. Not through sudden breakthroughs, but through consistent effort applied in quiet moments. Most people are waiting for motivation to appear before they begin working on themselves. The truth is that motivation often appears after the work has already started. If you are willing to protect 30 minutes of focused effort every day, you are doing something that most people never commit to. Over time, that small decision separates those who stay the same from those who steadily improve. Your potential is not locked behind a complex system. It is unlocked through simple actions repeated with discipline. 30 minutes is enough to begin.